go. Hello, YouTube. It's Thursday, April 30th, just past 1:30, I think. And I don't have any markets in May. I might have one that's 3 days long, which is kind of insane. Never mind. I have a market in exactly 1 month, and it's supposed to be a decently big market, so that's exciting. Anyways, I might have a market from the 22nd to the 24th, which is May long weekend, I think, or it's the weekend before, I don't know. Pretty sure it's that weekend. And then I have a market the Saturday right after that, which I mean isn't like right after that, it's a week. So I should definitely do some prep for that. As you can see, all of my tote bags only fill like half of my rack, so I want to make a bunch more. And I want to do things that aren't doubles and are more unique. In this one, I'm just going to attempt to make a whole bunch of tote bags. I was thinking of like, I obviously can't do 100 because they would all be unique. And like they'd all use different techniques and stuff and have different amount of pockets, and some of them would be quilted and some wouldn't, so I can't actually do 100 tote bags, which would be kind of insane if I could, like all the other market prep people. There's one person I'm thinking of in specific, but I don't know what her username is on YouTube, so obviously I can't do that. So I figured 35 tote bags would be doable. That would be 5 tote bags a day for a week, or I could do 7 tote bags a week, or 7 tote bags a day for 5 days and have 35, which is a little bit insane, but it is doable. So I think we're just gonna get started and see what happens.
Keep those hands up for tonight.
Bonsoir, mes amis. It is Friday, May 1st, and it is almost 3:30 p.m. So yesterday I finished 4 tote bags, and I started on a 5th, but I didn't finish that because it was too late and I was tired. I actually only have an hour and 15 minutes to do any work on this today. This morning I had an interview and I think it went well. I don't know if I'm actually gonna get hired, but went fine. And then I picked up salmon for supper. Salmon is so expensive. I spent 20 bucks on like 2 pieces that big. They're a bit bigger. They had skin on them still. But the place I got them was pretty interesting. So that was fun. Yeah, and then I came home and I had lunch and I took care of the dogs, and then I went and I officially quit my first job that I've ever had, and it's a little bit bittersweet, but it is also a relief. So now I don't have to worry about that anymore and I can just live free. Obviously I'm still trying to find a job. I haven't like quit working forever, which is amazing because I miss having stable income coming to my bank account every single 2 weeks. I miss that. But yeah, we will see what happens on that side of things. But yeah, I have an hour and 15 minutes to do work, and then I've got to go downstairs, clean up the kitchen and make supper, and then I have youth this evening. I'm just going to show these very briefly. These are the 4 that I did yesterday. And then I started on something that's like a pretty new design that I haven't really done before. I have 2 sides. It's kind of patchworky. So this is a pocket. They both have pockets, but yeah, they're very patchworky, which I love. So right now it's going to be a little bit too big, so I'm going to trim them down, and then I'm going to quilt these guys. Yeah. It is Saturday, May 2nd, almost 4:30. I have half an hour to work before I'm going out for supper. Yesterday, I finished 3 tote bags. 2 of them were supposed to be 2 out of the 5 that I was supposed to make, but I only ended up making 2 out of the goal, but that's fine. Yeah, so let's keep this rolling. Best Buy and I'm gonna try to find a camera to buy it. I was going to film in store, but then I didn't. However, I will show you what I got. I didn't get a camera. I figured the cheaper thing to do was to just buy some decent mics for this and a tripod. So it's like, you know what, it'll help me to make filming and stuff more professional without actually having to buy a camera, and it's cheaper. So I got these microphones and this tripod, and we'll see what happens. And now we're going to Wendy's. I look like an egg, but that's okay. It's Wednesday, May 6th, just past 10:30. I think I last talked to you guys on Monday, and Monday was just getting a tripod and microphones. I obviously don't have the microphones right now because, well, I mean, I have them, but I'm not using them because for some reason I need an iPhone 15 for them to work. My phone's too old. So I ordered an adapter, so that should come in the next few days. But yeah, I haven't done any tote bags since Saturday. On Sunday, I started a quilt for myself for my summer blanket because my other one has a big fat hole in it. So I made a new one. That took me all the way up until yesterday. Yeah, it took a long time to do. It did not turn out the best. I'm realizing just how hard actual quilting is, especially on my home sewing machine. I was just like doing the actual quilting on my own sewing machine, and that did not go very well. The bottom's all wrinkled and nothing was cut super exact, even though I had like little pattern pieces. Also, by the way, they're doing renovations downstairs, so that's why all that sound is going on. But yeah, I finished it. It's not the best. It'll work for the summer, but it's definitely not the best. This morning I was making a book sleeve, custom sizing for a reel that I was going to post on my Instagram, but then I realized I don't have white thread because I ran out yesterday and I need white thread for this book sleeve, but I don't have a vehicle to go get any, so I'm just gonna have to suffer. So yeah, instead of that, I'm gonna start on some more tote bags. I've decided, I know at the beginning of this I said I was gonna try to make 35 tote bags in 1 week, but I'm realizing now that that's kind of impossible because number one, I don't have enough fabric for that. Yeah, not enough fabric for like just tote bags. I know the next video is probably just gonna be book sleeves, which I should have more. I'm not gonna buy any more fabric until I like run out pretty much. But yeah, I have a bunch of fabric that'd be good for book sleeves, so yeah. So I can't do 35 tote bags. But I figure what I would do, so this is where all my tote bags are. I basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna finish up filling those empty hangers with tote bags, and then I have some doubles in there and triples, so I'm gonna just take those ones off and put them on this rack. This is a rack, it's covered in a sheet right now. I'm gonna put them on there so that all of the ones on there are just single, one of a kind, even though they actually aren't. And then I'm just gonna bring everything that's on that rack to whatever my next market is and only have like one of a kind, even though there are actually gonna be doubles at home. So yeah, that's the plan. I don't know how many that's gonna end up being, but it'll be quite a few. I've already made 8 tote bags in like 3 days. I'm gonna end this video on Saturday. I feel like I'm just gonna count them to see how many I need. So I need 16 tote bags, and I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I have 4 days. So if I make 4 tote bags a day until Saturday, then I should have everything I need. Crazy. I also don't think I have enough fabric for 16 one-of-a-kind tote bags, so I may end up having to go fabric shopping, but I really shouldn't. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I also have an interview at 3:30 today, so yeah. We will see what happens. It's just before 12. I just took my lunch break. And before that, I finished this guy. She took me about like 45 minutes. Maybe less than that. Probably less than that. It did not take me long to make this one. Which is, I mean, it's a basic tote bag with a pocket. Really simple. Yeah. It was a good, easy one to start with. I'm gonna do another one like this, but with a different fabric. So yeah. Ruby, look here. It's my homegirl. So I'm basically out of fabric for tote bags, pretty much. Like, I have some, but like I don't like any of these enough to make a whole entire tote bag. And like this, I already have 3 tote bags out of. A lot of these can just be lining, and like that one white fabric I have, I don't have white thread for. So we're kind of stalled on making tote bags. I was saying how I needed to make 16, but I only got to 2 today. This is that one I just made. Really cute. Super cute. So yeah. So we started off wanting to make 35 tote bags in this video. And then it was like 24, 25 tote bags. That's what I said earlier today. And yeah, so I don't have enough fabric to do any more. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm ending the video today. Yeah, I'll insert clips of all of the tote bags that I made in this, and next video will be book sleeves, and I'm assuming that that one will go a lot better than this one. So yeah, we will see what happens. Thanks for watching.